What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I wanted to talk about the personal savings rate on a massive decline. In fact, the lowest point since the Great Recession, officially as of this month. I also wanted to talk about how much silver and also how much gold you would need to reach $500 in precious metals. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos, subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos, get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club for giveaways, live streams, deal alerts, and a whole lot more. You can actually watch Friday, Saturday, and Sunday's videos all right now if you want to. And of course, make sure to go and get your 6 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. It's your last day to do so. Refer one friend and they're going to give you all the way up to 100 free random stocks. Once again, it's the last day to do so. And of course, if you refer 3 friends by the end of the month, they're going to give you all the way up to 15 free shares of Apple. Everything will be linked in the description. So today is Thursday, June 9th, 2022. The current spot price of silver, as I'm filming the video, is $21.93. It's down 11 cents today so far, or down 0.5%. A nice red day for the beautiful white metal. Spot price of gold is $18.4850. It's down $4.60, or down 0.25%. Nice red day for the beautiful yellow metal. And of course, the gold to silver ratio is in the 83 to 84 to 1 range. But of course, that's as I'm filming the video, not as I'm editing, posting, or as you're watching. So head on down to the comments and let me know the date and time you're viewing the video and what the current spot price is for you. I'm always curious. Alright, so in today's video, I wanted to talk about a couple of different things. I wanted to talk about the silver, I wanted to talk about the gold, and I wanted to talk about how much of the precious metals you would need in your possession today for it to be worth roughly $500. And I'm using the $500 total amount for a very specific reason. We'll get into that throughout the course of the video. But unfortunately, before we can even get into the money, I think we need to first talk about the currency. More specifically, the personal savings rate, because I found something out recently. I found out that, or at least according to Market Watch, the personal savings rate in America just hit its lowest level since the Great Recession, even as rates on savings accounts have risen. What gives? Good question. And I'll tell you what gives. Inflation gives. But I know that there is at least one person out there who doesn't understand even the basic of the basics when it comes to the economy, that just heard what I said about personal savings on a massive decline, and they're probably sitting there saying,
"Oh, if people are saving less, that means they're spending more. Economy good."
no! Well, yeah, half yeah, and half no. Yeah, to the point that people are saving less because they're spending more, but that's not by choice. People aren't going out because everything is going well for them in their lives. They're not going out and going on vacation and going to a different restaurant every night and going here and going here and going on all these trips and buying new cars and buying new this and buying new that. They're doing it because everything's more expensive. So yeah, they're spending more, but it's not by choice. It's by force. It's almost like a hidden, secret, silent tax, if you think about it. Because there's nothing you can really do about that. Well, actually, there's a couple little things you can do about that, but it's out of your control when prices go up. Moving on, I wanted to read something that's inside the article, because let's not be headline people over here. It says that the personal savings rate amount of disposable income that people save was just 4.4% in April According to data from the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis, that's the lowest rate recorded since September 2008. Which, by the way, let me interrupt the article right there. I remember watching the news back then. I remember seeing Obama on TV and hearing this come from the president at the time's mouth, saying that we are in the worst recession since the Great Depression. That was unbelievably concerning, even for my young self at the time. I didn't even really know what that meant, but I knew it was bad news. And we're at the lowest savings rate since the Great Recession, which is when Obama said that. Not good. Anyway, back to the article. That 4.4% compares to 6% earlier this year, and upwards of 33% in April of 2020, when Americans hoarded cash deep in the pandemic. So I remember this. April of 2020, when everything was getting butchered. March, April, May of 2020, when we were first originally told 2 weeks to stop the curve, and then it turned into 2 months to stop the curve, which, by the way, ended up turning into almost 2 years to stop the curve, if you think about it. But at the very beginning, when everything was getting butchered and when nobody knew what was going on, even I went into retract mode. And I'm not really one to retract. I'm not really one to backpedal. I'm not really one to move in a backward direction. But I remember at the time being hyper-focused on stacking silver and gold. I took about a month and a half, maybe even 2 months off of stacking silver, only because I didn't know how my job was going to be affected. I didn't know how my income was going to be impacted. At the time, and I'll make this short because I've told this story before, at the time, in early 2020, I was going to 2 different colleges at the same time, and I was working 3 different jobs. I was doing something called dual enrollment. I was finishing up my last 2 classes at one college while I was starting my first 2 classes at the college that I was transferring to. It's not really like a common thing to do, but people do it. So I was going to 2 different colleges at the same time. I was working 3 different jobs, my main job, a part-time job, and a seasonal job. And of those 3 jobs, one of them shut down permanently, still to this day, never came back. My part-time job shut down temporarily, and then I got that job back, and then that job shut down again, and then I got it back. Very inconsistent. A roller coaster of employment. And then, of course, I had my main job the entire time, and I was working from home even before the pandemic. But point being was that my income, I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know what was going to take place. So I went into hardcore frugality mode where I wasn't spending anything. I had already food prepped. I had been food prepping for a couple of years, so I knew worst case scenario, if I need to cut back on grocery shopping, it's all good because I have a miniature grocery store in my house that I've built for the last couple of years. I have a lot of the prepping supplies that I might need, worst case scenario. I can probably go a couple of months not even buying a single thing other than, paying, my bills, rent, stuff like that. Other than that, I can probably go 2, 3, 4 months without even touching currency. So that's what I did at the very beginning for about a month and a half to 2 months, just because I didn't know how my income was going to be affected. And guess what? I think a lot of people did the same. Now that I think about it, I think a lot of people had a very similar mentality. Granted, a lot of people hadn't been preparing prior to the crash. So upon the crash, everybody went into frantic panic buying mode. Everybody started getting into fist fights at Walmart and Costco over toilet paper and cases of water and stuff like that. Fortunately for me, I knew that something like this could happen. I had no idea this is what it was going to be, but I knew that something could take place, so I already loaded up on those things, along with most other things that I knew that I might need in the event of some type of a disaster. But even though people were panic buying what they needed to stock up, a lot of people, don't mind that thunder in the background, by the way, I can't control the weather, but even though a lot of people were going into frantic panic buying mode, they were also retracting from their usual types of spending. They weren't going out to eat. They weren't going on vacation. They weren't buying new houses, new cars, new this, new that. People were holding on to as much cash as they possibly could, which means the savings rate climbed all the way up to 33% in April of 2020. But now we've been seeing this unbelievable decline. We're down to 4.4%. And something that I always like to reference, even though I'm sure the numbers have changed a little bit over the years, this is an article that I've been running with since 2016. It's from Forbes, and it says that 63% of Americans don't have enough savings to cover a $500 emergency. Again, that's from 2016. It might not be exactly 63% anymore. It might even be a larger number. I'm not exactly sure, but the overall topic is that the average American doesn't even have $500 in savings. Is this their fault? Maybe, maybe not. That's not what I'm really here to talk about, but a $500 emergency. Do you have any idea what $500 can do for you in the event of an emergency? Well, I mean, depending on what type of an emergency it is, but let's just say it's a medical expense, or let's just say it's a car repair or something like that. $500 emergency and you don't have $500. That right there can break you. And it's not even all that much money in the grand scheme of things. So $500. If you, watching this video right here, right now, have at least $500 in cash saved up and set to the side, you are already ahead of the game and doing better than most Americans. But you want to know what else we can talk about in terms of $500? $500 worth of silver and gold. How much is that? How much can $500 get you today? And also, really quick, friendly reminder, make sure you go and get your 6 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your accounts. Your last day to do so. Refer one friend to the app by midnight tonight, and they're going to give you all the way up to 100 free random stocks. And if you refer 3 friends by the end of the month, they're going to give you 1 to 15 free shares of Apple. Don't pass up on an opportunity. Webull link in the description. Well, when it comes to silver, depending on if you want to go by spot price or spot price plus the premiums, it's somewhere between $19 and $22 right now. I'm the type of person that likes to round up, so I'd like to say 25 ounces of silver. Give yourself a little bit of buffer room. 25 ounces of silver. It's a little bit more than $500, but 25 ounces of silver can fill up a tube. And one of these tubes, obviously it holds 25 silver eagles or other silver coins or silver rounds or whatever the case may be. 25 ounces of silver right here, about $500. When it comes to gold, this is a little bit more simple. About 1/4 of an ounce of gold. So $500 today, roughly the equivalent, 25 ounces of silver or 1/4 of an ounce of gold. You're going to want to have something besides $500 worth of cash. Look at inflation. $500 worth of cash cannot get you the same amount of stuff that $500 worth of cash could have gotten you 2 years ago. Meanwhile, silver and gold are both up quite a bit from where they were 2 years ago. Not saying that your entire net worth should be in silver and gold, but the point I'm trying to make is that you want to diversify a little bit. At least, I think you should. That's what I do, and that's what I've been doing for the last 4.5 years, and that's what I'll continue to do for the next 4.5 years. $500 worth of silver, $500 worth of gold. And like I said, no, I don't think your entire net worth should be in precious metals. And no, I do not think that once you reach $500 worth of precious metals, you should necessarily stop. That's entirely up to you. I definitely didn't stop, and I definitely don't plan on stopping anytime soon. I will continue. I will keep building. I will keep growing. I will keep expanding, and I'll keep acquiring as much as I can, as quickly as I can. Unfortunately, I'm not one of the top 1% income earners. I'm not even the top 10% income earners. I don't even think I'm in the top 50%. I don't even know what that number is, to be honest with you. But point being is that I don't have a whole lot of currency. I don't earn crazy amounts of currency, so it's not like I can take all of this leftover disposable income and just pump it all into precious metals. I do what I can with what I have, where I'm at right now. And if that means just getting a little handful of silver or having to wait a couple of months to save up for my next piece of gold, then so be it. That's perfectly all right. It might not sound like very much, like, oh yeah, what's a little handful of silver, or what's a new gold coin every couple of months? That's not very much. Sure, you're absolutely right. It's not very much. But you want to know what it is? It's a start. That's how I see it. That's how I've always seen it. And that's how I'll continue to see it. And that's how it is when it comes to investing as well, by the way. I don't know how many people out there know a whole lot about investing necessarily, but back to that $500 figure, a $500 investment, something that's yielding 3%, will increase your annual income, and I know this doesn't sound like very much, but it'll increase your annual income by $15. Again, very small amount of currency. What's $15? You know what I call it? I call it a start. And imagine investing $500 every month for an entire year. Every month you increase your annual income by $15. Over the course of those 12 months, you've increased your annual income by $180, and that's not even factoring in dividends reinvested or capital appreciation. But if we look at it from another angle with that $500, and I'm using $500 over and over again because of that Forbes article, the average American doesn't even have $500 in savings. So $500, if you want to know how much you need invested to earn $500 a year passively, it would be a little bit less than $17,000 invested in something that's yielding 3%. That right there will earn you $500 a year. What about $500 a month? That sounds a little bit nicer. That sounds a little bit more pleasant. I think each and every one of us would like to have an additional $500 coming in every single month. I'm willing to bet, even though $500 isn't really all that much, it isn't anything overly impressive, it isn't anything overly substantial, it's not really much at all in the grand scheme of things, I'm willing to bet each and every one of the people who are watching my videos right here, right now, an additional $500 a month every month would absolutely change your life. I can almost guarantee it. But anyway, if you want to earn $500 a month passively, it's going to take a little bit more than $17,000. If you want $500 a month, you're going to need to invest $200,000 at something that's yielding 3%. Obviously, $200,000, it's quite a big amount of currency. I don't think many of us, or any of us at all, have $200,000 just sitting around. I'm willing to bet most of us don't even have $17,000 sitting around. In fact, I'm willing to bet that probably 63% of us don't even have $500 sitting around, according to Forbes. But it's just something to take into consideration. It's just something that I wanted to talk about today. It's just something that I just wanted to shine a little bit of light on something different. It's been a while since I talked about the $500 emergency fund. Last time I did, it was in a video titled 25 ounces of silver could save your life. It's my most viewed video of all time. It's my most loved video of all time, and it's also my most hated video of all time. So if you haven't seen that, if you want to go check it out, I think it's definitely worth a watch. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. When it comes to the personal savings rate on a decline, have you noticed that you are not able to save nearly as much currency as you were able to maybe earlier this year or 1 to 2 years ago? Has your personal savings rate been on a little bit of a decline? Or maybe you're not really saving all that much to begin with. Maybe you're just focusing on pumping as much of those savings into precious metals or an investment of some sort. Maybe that's your focal point. But either way, head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. If you guys like today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Go and get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. Got t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs in a bunch of different designs. A lot of the products are helping us raise some funds and awareness for different charity organizations, by the way. DYDSS store will be linked in the description. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club, which is where I do giveaways every single month, live streams multiple times a week, deal alerts on silver and gold almost every single day. You can watch all of my videos early and commercial free. You can watch Friday, Saturday, and Sunday's videos all right now if you want to. And every Saturday morning I post a brand new vlog. And there are a ton of other perks as well. VIP Club link in the description. I guarantee you the value exceeds the cost. And of course, last but certainly not least, make sure to go and get your 6 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Normally it's 2 free stocks, but they bumped it up to 6 until midnight tonight. It's your last day to capitalize on this opportunity, and you can deposit any amount, even if it's as little as a penny. It still works, it still counts, you still get your 6 free stocks. If you refer one friend to the app by midnight tonight, your last day to capitalize on this opportunity as well, they're going to give you all the way up to 100 free random stocks, which I know sounds insane, but this is part of their advertising budget. Rather than wasting currency on billboards and TV commercials, they reward their users for helping them build their app with them. And of course, if you refer 3 friends to the app by the end of the month, got about 3 weeks left to do this, Webull's going to give you anywhere from 1 to 15 free shares of Apple, each worth between $140 and $150 right now. You might win all 15, maybe you'll get 10, maybe you'll get just 1, but you're guaranteed at least 1, so you win no matter what. Don't pass up on an opportunity. Webull link in the description. Time is running out. If you don't want the stocks, go and get them anyway. They're free. Then just sell them. Congratulations. Now you have the cash to go and get you some silver, maybe some gold, if that's what you want. Webull link in the description. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know once again, what are your thoughts on everything shared in today's video? What are your thoughts on the personal savings rate on average being on a massive decline right now? Is this something that you've noticed yourself on a personal level? Is this something that you've experienced? Maybe due to inflation, or maybe due to another reason. Maybe you're not able to save as much, or maybe you're not able to stack as much, or maybe you're not able to invest as much because more of your currency is going towards whatever it is that you normally have to buy, food, rent, and everything else. And the prices have been on the rise, and maybe it's interfering with how much silver and gold you're able to get, or how much you're able to invest at the end of the month. So head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic, along with some of my ideas on that $500 figure. $500 worth of silver, $500 worth of gold, $500 investment, or how much money you need invested to earn $500. Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.